I gotta say that I think this is one of the hardest things for new entrepreneurs to deal with, and I'm feeling it a lot right now. And it's dealing with giving up the job security and everything that comes with it in order to pursue entrepreneurship. There's a quote that I remember hearing from Nassim Taleb, which is the 3 most harmful addictions are heroin, carbohydrates, and a monthly salary. And I'm really feeling that right now because that security of a paycheck, knowing that money is gonna hit your bank account every 2 weeks, every month, whatever it is, it's crazy how hard it is to feel secure when that's not happening, even when you're making enough to support yourself and your family. It's so hard for me right now to get over the fact that I'm not getting paid from a job, right? I pay myself through my corporation, so I technically have a paycheck, I technically have a salary, but that salary's on me. And if my company, which makes money from YouTube videos and the things that I make money from online doesn't make money, then I have to start paying myself less. And right now my monthly salary, for the sake of transparency, is $2,000 a month. That is what I pay myself from my company. And compared to the 10,000 plus a month I was making at my job before this, it seems like I made a mistake. And it's so hard for me to feel the same security that I felt when I had a steady paycheck, or at least a much larger paycheck that was provided to me from an actual employer, not my own company. But it is a really, really good feeling to know that I am paying myself from my own company. Like I feel like such a big boy. I feel like such an adult. I feel accomplished. Even though the dollar amount is small, it's still very satisfying and rewarding to pay myself from my own company that I own, company that is my LLC. You can't put a price on that. I guess you can. You can put the salary that I was making on that. And right now, things are looking pretty good. I'm actually having a good little run on YouTube. I'm making money. I just got in touch with my old editor. He's going to be helping me. I think his brother's going to also work for me, and they're going to help me with editing videos. And it really feels like things are starting to go in the right direction. And it feels like a lot of the stress that I had is starting to get reduced. But still, I have to move that needle, and I have to work harder. And the output, or the things that I create that make me money, are very important, and I have to continually focus on that. Where at a job, you don't have to worry about that so much. But when you're responsible for how your company performs and how much money you actually make at the end of the month, it's almost like working in sales. I want to talk about another thing that is part of the whole paycheck thing that makes this super scary and makes me feel like, I want some of that job security that I miss so much. It's all the other stuff that comes with the paycheck, all those deductions, right? It's the healthcare, it's the retirement, it's the paid time off. Like healthcare, we don't have health insurance right now. Luckily for us, we're traveling in places where healthcare is very affordable, even as an expat, even as a tourist. We have had a few incidences when we've had to go to the hospital. My daughter got sick, I got sick, my son stepped on a bee and he was having like an allergic reaction. I got blood work done, I got my teeth cleaned, and I have to say that even with the emergency visit, even with the other things that we've done, all of those things, it was still so much cheaper than having to pay for monthly healthcare. While I had a job that paid pretty well and I had really good insurance, my insurance was still hundreds upon hundreds of dollars a month. I don't have to pay that now, which is nice, but at the same time, I don't have that health insurance. But since we're traveling, any healthcare that we need done is probably still going to be cheaper than what it would have been to pay for insurance. So it's kind of balancing out, and we haven't had anything major enough that would set us back. And the truth is, even if we were in the States, if something really crazy happened where someone in my family got really sick, it would still probably set us back a ton. Thinking about that and saying it out loud, maybe that might be better in the position that we're in now. But that sense of security that you have from having healthcare is really nice, and it's something that I don't have now. Another thing I don't have now is retirement. I'm not contributing too much to my Social Security, except for what I'm putting in with my $2,000 a month. I don't have my pension. I don't have my tax deferred contributions that I was making to my other retirement plan. I'm not putting money in the stock market because I don't really have extra money to play with right now. So I can't really continue to put in my dollar cost average weekly and monthly contributions to my stock portfolio. So it does feel like, oh man, there's a lot of pressure that if I don't get the ball rolling soon and I don't replace my income, which is one of my big goals, quickly, then a lot of those retirement contributions that I was making will kind of fall to the wayside. And if that happens, it can potentially put my family and I in a bad position, or at least my wife and I, when we try to retire. But I've adapted my mindset and the way I think about retirement now, because I don't believe retirement to be what I thought it was or what I had envisioned it to be. I don't see myself retiring at 65 or 67. I don't think that's going to happen, even if I had my investments all lined up, because the truth is, even though I made good money, my contributions to retirement were small in the sense that in 20 years, even with compound interest, it wouldn't be enough to fully retire. While that is something that gave me some sense of security and a little bit of relief knowing that I was putting some money aside, I truly feel that if I pursue my business endeavors 100% like I am now, because I don't have a job, I know that there will be a pivotal moment where I will exceed the amount of money that I was making previously at my job. Once that happens with my business, then I will be able to catch up with those contributions and hopefully get myself further than I would have been if I continued working a job. Now, of course, this is me seeing everything with rose-colored glasses and hoping that it's all rainbows and butterflies, but I really do feel that I have more of an opportunity to retire early now that I can pursue entrepreneurship and build my YouTube up and all the other things and dedicate all my time to that than if I would have just kept working a job and put those little bits of money away every month or so. And the last thing is PTO. And I feel that this one's a small thing to talk about that's kind of stressing me out, but life is a vacation now. I'm in Bali. I was in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. We're going to Malaysia. We're going to, I don't know, Japan or something after that. I don't know where we're going. We're going to the Philippines. We're going to go to all these big travel destinations and these big vacation spots. But I'm not on vacation the whole time. The idea of PTO is very nice because I can no longer just completely disconnect from work. If something happens that I really need to focus on my work because it's going to dictate how much money I make for that month. Let's say I get a sponsor or two that I really have to work with. Let's say like the website I'm building right now, like we're trying to get users on there. We've been pushing it out to a few people we know, and I got to build features on it. I've been 100% on grind mode. And we went to the zoo the other day. We went to the beach the other day. Like I'm doing a lot of little relaxing here and there, but I know that I can't just take a week off. Taking a week off could break me at this point. Like I have to consistently upload. I have to consistently keep working on something. Even if I'm not uploading, I have to feel that I'm putting enough work into other things that it's gonna end up paying me back for putting in that work. And the idea of being able to just take a vacation, I guess it's kind of nice, and it's one of those things that I feel like I miss a little bit from having a job. And I guess it wouldn't fall into the security, of being employed, but it is one of those nice things that I don't have the luxury of. And I'm okay with giving that one up. And I threw that one in here just because I felt like, it is part of the whole, this is why it's so great to be employed, but it is weird to give that up when you're just used to being an employee your whole life. And that's just some of the stuff I wanted to talk about. And hopefully it's informational enough if you're thinking about quitting your job, or if you're worried about what it's going to feel like when you give up your paycheck and your job security. It's stressful, but I think it's okay. And I think that a lot of entrepreneurs deal with this early on, and hopefully it's totally worth it. All right. With all that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.